Good in a bar. What's this, CRISPR Roots 20? I'm not sure now with bonus episodes, or one. But I didn't get to another episode last week except the quote-unquote bonus episode about the marvelous Stephanie Lamring. Today, let's talk about something a little less artistic than Stephanie Lamring, who I was extolling as a poet. I don't think we would extol Chris BadNews Barnes as a poet, nor possibly, although more plausibly perhaps, Jay Gavin. So we're going to talk about two albums that I think the material and the performance style would really work in a bar. Works in a bar. That's my working title for this episode. Okay, so Chris BadNews Barnes, Nashville scenester, former stand-up comic, Second City stand-up and sketch comic. Worked at Tramps or whatever. Okay. Interesting bio. And he's doing funny blues music. He called it Hokum a couple albums ago. Okay. Tampa Red, Georgia Tom. Is that right? Same guy who invented gospel music. All right. So, and there's a lot of humor on this album. Bad News Travels Fast by Chris BadNews Barnes. BadNews Barnes is the name of a basketball player from the 60s. Okay, and I gather that Bad News Barnes' dad just started calling him Bad News because there was that basketball player. So I don't know about that. Bad News Barnes definitely works as a stage name for a blues man, I think. And this is a real crisp, excellently played blues album, actually, with some really good guests and stuff like that. For example, Jimmy Hall on harmonica. That's the lead man from way back in the day of Wet Willie, Alabama Southern rock band, who had probably a number one hit with Keep On Smiling, which you might still hear on a classic rock station. But Jimmy Hall, people didn't necessarily realize this unless you really saw the whole live show. I guess I did in the 70s. He's a fine harmonica player. He occasionally whipped it out and blew it. But he's here, I think I said this in a tweet or whatever, I think the way Jimmy Hall sounds on harmonica on this album, Bad News Travels Fast by Chris BadNews Barnes, is just the way a blues harp should sound. I want to know his whole rig. I want to know the mic, the effects, pedals or whatever he might be using, what brand of harp. I could probably find that out pretty easy. Any amp stuff or whatever. How did he get this exact right tone? I feel. All right, how about the title cut just for a minute here? Bad News Travels Fast by Bad News Barnes featuring Jimmy Hall.
Fast.
pretty good. And I got to say, throughout, I think he's only a vocalist, BadNews Barnes, and a stand-up comic. But the guitars by Kenny Greenberg, probably Nashville killer. You know, for all I know, this guy works in a guitar shop or something. But the guitars, I mean, I should know this, right? Or a good session man, or a blues bar veteran. Boy, the guitars are great. And there's a lot of good riffs and stuff all throughout. Some of it's funny, some of it's not. Now, the last couple days, this song has entered my relationship, my marriage. I probably shouldn't have played this song for my wife, Jane, because she's been repeating it back to me, all right? Like, what are you supposed to say, honey? We're supposed to say this by BadNews Barnes and Sugar Ray Rayford. Not Sugar Ray Norcia, the excellent blues harp player, but Sugar Ray Rayford. How about this one? This is hilarious. And this one's been really infesting my mind, too.
You say, don't inquisition me, baby. I'm fed up.
Strong words.
Don't need this crazy. I intended to say,
talk to me.
Get off my couch.
I remember you buying it.
But here's how the words came out. You're right, baby.
She always right. Never wrong.
And I was wrong. Oh, so wrong.
Well, that's enough to give you the spirit. I meant to look up, and now I ditched my browser. But I meant to look up who's doing that beautiful Mary Clayton stuff as a backup, and that's really one thing that makes this song. You know, like you right, baby. You right, baby. And I was wrong. And she comes in with, so wrong. Yeah. Well, I'm laughing about that now. But I might not be laughing about it later tonight. All right. You shouldn't have given all our shit away. Bad news. Your bad news, bad news. Well, I'll tell you what. A blues man can't cry. So I just want to show you that it's not all quote unquote hokum. Like he can be a really fine blues singer. He's got a fine ass band. You expect no less in a way from almost any guy is coming off the bar scene in Nashville or whatever. But boy, this sounds good. I like a lot of songs on here. 11-song LP, BADNEWS Travels Fast. How about this one? A Blues Man Can't Cry, featuring Jimmy Hall.
A blues man can't cry. Gotta keep a stiff upper lip. I said a blues man can't cry. Stand tall, square off the hip. Blues man can't cry, even when they crack that whip. Oh, blues man, his only friend. Blues man, I said the pain is his only friend. But a blues man, he can't cry. He's gonna suffer for his sin.
Yeah, blues man can't cry. He's got a job to do, namely making you cry. That's his job, all right? But he can't cry. He got to play. All right, that's pretty good, I think. And pretty serious. And a good piece of writing. It gets better as it goes on, maybe. I should have kept playing. All right. Now, let's talk about Jay Gavin. Jay Gavin, Prince Edward Island, Canada. This is a type, man. I mean, they're coming out of Canada and they're coming out of Australia. And they've been coming out of Canada and they've been coming out of Australia for decades. And those scenes are rich as hell. All right, like these are country scenes. Occasionally they kind of cross into the American consciousness or whatever. But they're full-fledged, rosters of artists, award ceremonies, all kinds of stuff. Now, Jay Gavin, I just think you might walk into a bar almost anywhere in North America. Maybe this guy's playing, all right? If you walked into a VFW, all right, in Dillsburg, Pennsylvania, or something like that, okay, you know what I'm saying? Or a Roadhouse, almost anywhere, okay? And this guy was playing. You go like, okay, first of all, that's right, he should be playing places like this, maybe not stadiums. And second of all, god damn, I'm glad I came. That was fucking perfect. Okay? I haven't seen him play in a bar. Although apparently, the album is called Road Ready by Jay Gavin, 10 cuts. And, he's probably been on the road. He sings about being on the road and he sings about wanting to get off the road and come back home. Don't even know how. Now, it's kind of, I think on his website he says, folked up outlaw. All right. Yeah. It reminds me of Dave Allan Coe. Waylon Jennings, if Waylon Jennings didn't have quite the perfect production that he ended up having, stuff like this. A little more rough and ready around the edges. Boy, he's a fine country singer. I really feel like that. Like it's ultra solid. It's just good. So this just came out today. I feel like I'm going to be listening to this a lot, though. I guess let's try this one to show his spirit a bit. One reason I decided to do these two together, BadNews Barnes and Jay Gavin, is Jay Gavin also goes for the funny songs as well. And that works in a bar, if people can understand that. And it's the right kind of funny. So here, for example, is a pretty good kind of funny for a bar in Texas.
I was 80 miles from Reno in a broke down El Camino, and I never thought I'd ever eat again. I was thinking about Doritos, flaming crunchy Cheetos, anything keep me from starving in. With my sorrows in my pocket, I locked the car and started walking. And I didn't get too far before I came to a place called Los Burritos Grill on Wilder, side of Nowheresville, with the big old flashing neon sign that said Mexican food, cold beer and tattoos. There ain't no better trip for a poor boy with the blues. Cervezas, enchiladas, carnitas and coladas. Well, a taco's not the best they would do. I like Mexican food, cold beer and tattoos. Well, the lady at the counter.
Just noting that's a nice little riff. Cute in the middle of that. I don't know if you're feeling that, you know. It's pretty too obvious or, you know, whatever. I say you can sell that at any bar in America. You ought to. And those are good things, right? I can't do the cold beer no more. But I could probably still do the Mexican food and tattoos. And maybe I should. All right, let's try this lovely song. Better Man, featuring Billy Don Barnes.
I've been thinking about trying to be a better man. And most days I don't even know just what that means. I know that you're tired, and believe me, I understand. But something's gotta change between you and me. Tell me, where do I have to sign up to start over? Lately I think I could use a different plan. Tell me, where do I have to sign up to start over again? Sometimes the weight of the world is too much for one man. You know, falling stops feeling like flying the lower I get. And the closer I get to the ground, the more I regret. Over and over and over, expecting a change. If you need me, I'll still be right here, going insane. Tell me, where do I have to sign up?
Start over. Yeah, I mean, those are the words of a veteran. Maybe a guy around my age. I don't want to rag Jay Gavin too bad. I don't want to say he's 65. Maybe he's 55. But dealing with the regret gets hard. And that's a good expression of that. And an ultra basic country expression of it, right? Now, I guess, you know, you like that or you don't. But if you do, this is a great album. And a real sleeper. Road Ready by Jay Gavin. Speaking of humorous songs, there's one about falling in love with the girl from the liquor store. You know, I see her 7 days a week, twice a day or whatever. You know, 5 days a week, every day she works, twice a day. And I'm in love. That pretty much draws a whole picture of a life. Well, should I play a few bars of this one? Better Left Alone. Again, aging and veteran.
All of them cowboys, they like to roll out on the range to the unknown. Not far enough is where he's gone. Some things are better left alone. There was a time not long ride, just like a storm. Go down to dusk to get up with the dawn. No more than dreams to keep them warm. No more than he could carry on his own. Some things are better left alone before trains.
Well, I like every aspect of that. The arrangement, the vocal, the lyric. Ultra basic, like a tribute to the fundamentals of the style, country music. But from Prince Edward Island, he sounds more Tex-Mex than Tex-Mex. All right. Now, I've been trying to work out for a few weeks even a way to talk about something else. Should I? Forgot to do this before. All right. I want to talk briefly about one of my favorite EPs of this year so far, I guess, but I just haven't, I didn't find the thing to pair it with or whatever. TylerHalverson. TylerHalverson, Halverson. Western Amerijuana. That's a terrible title, Western Amerijuana. Instead of Americana, I guess marijuana. But, okay. And you'd think, like I saw it, I mean, it's got him on the cover trying to light up a joint, you know. Looks like. But this is not a bunch of head songs. I mean, this is not a tribute to, you know, different strains of marijuana or something like that. This is a beautiful country EP. Just 5 cuts. Here's TylerHalverson and Carter Faith, Tiffany Blue. Here's a song that's really been running through my head.
Tiffany Blue just walk in a barroom, sit on a bar stool, order some Blue Moon. After 2, I started falling. Before I knew, my heart was all in. Tiffany Blue wallpaper to bedroom, hung up a picture, us drunk in Cancun. 7 months, it was nothing but fun. Thought you was the one, and out of the blue, Tiffany blew me away like a shot from a snub-nosed 38. Tiffany blew out the back door, did a breakneck straight for the interstate. Now it's stuck in my mind, goodbye in her eyes, looking back at her rear view. Since I lost that girl, my whole world's been nothing but Tiffany Blue.
Yeah, man. I just dig it. All right, so that's CRISPR Roots, whatever this actually is, 20 or thereabouts. I guess we did 3, sorta. Recommending all 3 of those if you're into those kind of things. Peace, yo.